Okay, what if I told you there's just one simple mental switch that's the real difference between staying broke and actually building wealth? Seriously, it's not about how much money you make. It's all about how you think about it. And today, yeah, we're going to flip that switch. All right, let me ask you something straight up. If I just handed you $1, what do you do with it? Okay, now, what if I handed you $1,000? Just take a second and really think about it. Because believe it or not, your answer right there, it pretty much tells me everything I need to know about your financial future. And here's the thing. Most people, they fail this little test. And look, this isn't just some silly thought experiment. It's like a pop quiz for your core money mindset. And failing it, well, that's exactly why so many people stay stuck, no matter how hard they work. See, what that question does is it shows which of two paths you're walking down. It shines a big old spotlight on two totally different ways of thinking about money. So you've got two groups of people. In one corner, you've got the spenders, and in the other corner, you've got the multipliers. Now, these people could have the same job, make the same salary, get the same chances in life, but where they end up? Totally different worlds. It's crazy. One group pulls ahead, while the other's just stuck. And the only difference is right up here, in their heads. Okay, so let's dig into the first one, the default setting, the mindset most of us are basically programmed with from day one. And that's the spending mindset. Yeah, we call this the dollar mindset. And I want to be super clear here. This has nothing to do with how much money is in your bank account. It's a belief system. It's the core idea that money exists for just one main reason, to be spent. It's a tool for buying stuff, and that's where the story ends. And that belief, it creates this super predictable cycle. Money comes in, and boom, the brain instantly goes, awesome, what can I buy with this? The go-to excuse is always, hey, I worked hard for this, I deserve a little something. It's all about that quick hit of happiness. You get, say, $100 on a Friday, and by Sunday evening, poof, it's gone. Does that sound a little too familiar? All right, here comes the harsh truth about that cycle. If money is just flowing into your life and right back out again, you're not really building anything with it. You're just a pit stop, a temporary holding station for cash on its way to someone else. You're just passing it through your hands. Okay, but what's the alternative to just being a money pass-through? Well, this is where the game totally changes. Let's talk about the mindset that actually builds real freedom, real wealth. We call this the $1,000 mindset, and it's a complete 180-degree turn. The core belief here isn't that money is for spending. No, it's that money is like a seed. It's a tool you can plant to grow, you guessed it, more money. You're switching from a consumption mindset to a creation mindset. And the whole process looks completely different. Someone with this mindset, they get money, and the very first thing they do is they just pause. They don't have that knee-jerk reaction to go spend it. Instead, they ask this one really powerful question. How can this money grow? See, their focus isn't on some fleeting bit of happiness today. It's on building long-term freedom for tomorrow. So let's see how this actually works. Remember that $100 the other person spent over the weekend? Let's take that exact same $100 and see what happens when we apply this new way of thinking. Okay, so instead of it disappearing on some food and movie tickets, you use it to, I don't know, buy a course on a new skill or get some supplies for a little side hustle. You put in some effort, and you turn that $100 of potential into $200 of actual cash. Now, right here is where most people would cash out, right? Take the profit and run. But you don't. You reinvest it. Maybe you upgrade your tools or run a tiny ad online. And that 200 becomes 500. Now you can really start to feel the momentum building. And you just keep doing that. You rinse and repeat. Before you even realize it, that same $100 that could have vanished in 48 hours has now become 1,000. That is the $1,000 mindset in action. It's seeing money not just for what it is, but for what it can become. So look, here's the bottom line. It all comes down to the one simple question you ask yourself. The spending mindset always asks, what can I buy? But the growth mindset, it asks, what can this money become? That's it. That's the whole secret. It's not about being lucky or smarter or coming from the right background. It's all about that one question. And that one little question, when you ask it over and over again, it doesn't just change what's in your bank account. It literally changes your entire destiny. Let's fast forward and see what happens in just 1 year. Okay, so let's imagine two people. Over here is person A running on that $1 mindset.
Any extra cash they get goes straight to entertainment, instant gratification. But over here, we have person B with the $1,000 mindset. They take that exact same amount of money and invest it in learning a new skill. They're playing the long game, delaying that gratification. So a year goes by. Where are they? Person A is in the exact same spot they started, but person B, they've built a whole new way to make money. Now just think about that difference stretched out over 5 years or 10. They're not just in different zip codes, they're on totally different planets financially.
Right, so this is probably the most important part of this whole thing, because understanding the concept is one thing, but actually doing it, that's what really counts. So how do you make the switch? Honestly, it's way simpler than you'd think. I'm going to give you 3 simple, actionable steps you can start today. First step, just delay your spending. Create a little space. Before you buy something non-essential, just stop and ask yourself, long-term, is this purchase going to make me richer or poorer? That's it. Step 2, invest in yourself. Your skills are your single greatest asset. They pay you back forever. And finally, number 3, start small. You don't need $1,000 to get going. Heck, even just taking $10 and using it to build the habit is what really matters. It's about training your brain. So as we bring this all together, just remember this one thing. Building wealth, real wealth, it's not about some big lottery win or a lucky stock pick. It's about a small, consistent choice that you make over and over every single time a dollar comes into your life. So the next time you get that paycheck, or someone gives you a birthday card with some cash in it, or you find $10 in an old coat pocket, you're at a crossroads. You have a choice. Are you going to spend it and stay right where you are? Or are you going to invest it, plant that little seed, and start changing your entire future? Because at the end of the day, your future isn't decided by the size of your paycheck. It's decided by the quality of your thoughts. The choice is 100% yours. So start thinking like $1,000. Start today.